Okay, hello guys. Um, in this video, I'm gonna try to show you how to create a phone stand, something very similar to this one, right? So you can use for yourselves or to give it as a present, doesn't really matter. And now we're gonna use OnShape, so click on Create, Business as usual, click on Document. I'm gonna name this one to Phone Stand, and it will take some 5 seconds to load. So in the meantime, I will explain it to you. I'm going to try to make this profile, this triangular thingy profile over here. So then I can extrude it. So I can create this bit by extruding it. And then finally, I will add the details. I will obviously add my name, so indicating that that's my phone stand. And I will make this little hole and probably this one if I have enough time in the video, and so on and so on. So in order to do it, I'm going to hide the origin, hide the top plane, and hide the right plane. All I'm going to do is draw on the front plane. So I will click on here to change the view. I will click on sketch, and when it asks me where would I like to draw, I would like to draw on the front plane. Now, in order to make that structure, I'm going to use a line. So I will use the line tool and draw a horizontal line. Remember that in order for this to be horizontal, it has to have this, it must have those dashy yellowish lines inside and the icon next to the pointer with a minus sign, indicating that it is horizontal. In this case, the units in my screen, the units on my screen are in millimeters. So I will keep them something around 110, 120. And then all I'm going to do is literally just try to make the shape, making sure that I enlarge this here. This is a very important part. Just like the horizontal relationship we created with the first line, you need to ensure that this line is perpendicular to this one, which means there's a 90-degree angle. Again, you will see those yellowish lines in the inside, and the original part will be highlighted in orange as you're seeing. So I'm just gonna make here, and then you're gonna make another little line with the same relationship, right? Uh, Here, with the same relationship. And so it stops following you, press escape. I will press escape here. And now, really important things. You need to be able to measure the angles. So you just ensure that it works. I'm gonna click from here to here, click, and it should be 90. Perfect. The angle from here to here should be also 90. Perfect. The angle from here, click on here, to here should be, I don't know, if you want to see comfortably, it should be something around 60 degrees. So it would be 60 degrees. This angle, so your phone stand is balanced, should be something like 65, all right? So it doesn't move. So this is going to be like the final version of your phone stand. Now let's see the measurements so it will work with a cell phone. Let's begin here. My cell phone here, it's a little bit less than 1.5. I don't think we're gonna have bigger cell phones than that. So I'm just gonna measure this one and it should be 15. Let's say 16 just in case. Let's give it one more, 1 millimeter more. This tiny bit here, this tiny section, it has to be like 3 millimeters. It's just so the phone doesn't fall. Then I'm gonna use this one. This is the back of the phone. Like this is this side over here. So it's really important that you measure it properly. My cell phone is something like 15, 16 centimeters. So I do believe that with 85 millimeters, it should be enough. Right, and now this line is too long. I don't like to see it that long. So I will simply make it, I don't know, something like 100 probably. Something like 115, I will say. So it looks aesthetic. It looks good here. Now, these will be all the measurements we're going to have for our most basic profile, for the profile. Making sure, no, so we're missing one last one. From this point, from this dot to this horizontal line, you should have enough space so your cell phone will be allowed to charge, right? You can charge your cell phone easily. So this is gonna be, I have no idea, 27 millimeters. Okay, and now we have finished with all the measurements. Now, I will hit escape on my keyboard, so I'm not selecting any tool, and then using the tool offset, I will create the actual profile of my phone stand. All right, so you can see it. I'm gonna do it really slowly. So you click on offset, and I'm gonna start with this bit. If you click here, it will create an offset to the inside. But if we create the offset to the inside, these 16 millimeters will not be part of the actual stand, right? So your cell phone will not be able to fit in. In order to fix that, you can click and drag this line to the outside, right? At the end is going to be 3. So I'm just going to keep it in 3 right now. And then, now that I know that my offset is going to go outside of my original drawing, I'm going to click on every single line that I created first. So I will create an offset of my original shape. Okay, and once I have finished, I will click on the tick. I will click simply, sorry, I will just click to confirm. It'll ask me for what would be the dimension of my offset. And just as I said, it is going to be 3 millimeters. I think, yeah, I think 3 or 4 millimeters will make it. I believe in the plastic, so I'm gonna say 3 millimeters. And now all I'm missing is to close my my profile, so I can extrude it. So I will use the tool line, zoom in here, close this from here to here, and then close this from here to here. And this should now have this shade, this different colored shade that will indicate that it is a closed shape. So I will click on click on the tick, and then select the sketch, click on extrude. My cell phone is 8 centimeters, like in this dimension is 8 centimeters, and I don't really want it to hog my whole cell phone. So all I'm gonna say is probably 7 will make it, probably even 6 will make it. So I'm just gonna say 60 millimeters. So I'm gonna extrude it 60 millimeters. Then I will click on the tick to confirm. I'm gonna turn off my front plane, and this is the basic shape. So this over here is this, okay? Now it's time to go for the details. In order to do the details, I will start by making this detail. I need to cut this so then I can charge my cell phone. I can keep my cell phone charging when it is on the stand. So in order to do that, I need to create a sketch, and the sketch, I'm gonna draw it on this surface, not here, but in this one. So when I extrude it, it will be able to cut this and also this and also this. Look at this. Look at it. So it's easier. I'm going to right click on the surface, and I'm going to select the option, where is it? Assign material, view normal to, this option, view normal to. So it will rotate and it'll have it normal for my screen. Then I'm gonna click on sketch, and when it asks me where would you like to draw, I would like to draw here on this surface. So click. Now as you can see, I will be drawing on that surface. So again, right click on it, view normal to. And now what am I going to draw? I'm going to draw a rectangle, right? Making sure that my rectangle starts at this line, on this line, at the bottom here. And then my rectangle, I don't know, somewhere here. Later I'm going to measure it. So now that I have this rectangle, it's time to measure, so it will look right. It would look good when I finish. I set from here to here is 60, right? So I'm just going to make this be 20. And the distance from this point to this point should also be 20. So I know that this hole is in the middle, because if I measure from this point to this point, it has to be 20. There's no way to change that. Now, all I'm missing is to measure the length of this, and that's up to you guys. That's up to whatever you want. I'm just gonna use 60, it's a random number, and see how that goes. And then, so it looks pretty, I'm gonna use the tool Sketch Fillet. When I click on Sketch Fillet and I select this and this one, in this moment the radius is 10, but I can modify it a little bit more or less. So when I just click to confirm, it'll ask me for which radius would I like to have. And I do believe that for this one, a radius of 6 would be enough. Yes, so it looks elegant, aesthetic, nice. Now this is a closed shape, so I'm gonna click on the tick to finish, then click on Sketch 2, click on extrude. I'm gonna rotate it so you can see it. In this moment, obviously, it would create material, so I needed to remove material, and then I'll just make sure that I cut all of the surface, right? All of it, and click on the tick to finish. So now, let's see the original model. This looks way more like this. Well, I made this a little bit longer because I like it that way. Now, so I can make it look better and not so robotic, like not so with so much with those sharp angles. I want to show you a really cool tool, which is fillet. I'm going to start with the angles inside. So I will click on fillets. Fillet will create or remove material to get rid of this type of angles. All right. So I will start with the ones inside. I will click on this one, and I will also click on this one. The two angles are inside. In this moment, the radius is 2. I would like it to be something like 10, maybe. So I can create a decent amount of material and make sure that this will actually be able to support my cell phone. So my radius is going to be 10. Then I'm going to click on the tick, and I have created this. Now I'm going to go with the big ones, with this one and this one. So fillet again, select what you want. I want to create a fillet here and also here. But so I don't lose that much material, this one is going to be like 6. All right, so I have this nice shape, and I will click on the tick. Now it looks way more like a decent product, like an actual product. And then I'm going to go with the little ones. So I will click on fillets. The little ones will not be able to sustain big fillets. So if I click on this one, you see it will lost a lot of material, and then my cell phone can fall and break, and I don't want that. So I will select radius of 2. It's just so it looks nice. So I will select this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. I am not touching anything here inside, so I make sure that my cell phone will stay in place. All right, and then so it looks pretty, this one. I will click on the tick, and even though it could look like a little weird here, when you print it, it's gonna look just fine. So in this moment, my cell phone stand looks very similar to this one. If you want to cut this hole, if you want to, I don't know, save material or something, you can actually cut it from this sketch. We can actually cut it up. I don't want to cut it, so it's up to you. But finally, I'm just going to customize it so people know it's mine. I will right click on here and then view normal too, so the camera will adapt. I will click on sketch. Where would I like to draw? I would like to draw on this surface. Then I'm gonna write my name, click on text, click and drag, which is not gonna do too much, but just so you have an idea where am I gonna put my name. I'm gonna write my name. This is the font I like, Baumaus. So I will click on the tick. And now, so I make sure that it's gonna be on my phone stand. I will click on dimension. I remember the dimension from here to here was 6 centimeters. So I will make this be 5 millimeters, 5 centimeters, which is 50 millimeters. And then I will move it. So the distance from this side to this side will be 5 millimeters. So I have 5 millimeters here, 5 millimeters here, and then I'm going to try to align it here to the top. So click dimension from here to here, and this distance is going to be 5 millimeters as well. So my name is going to be here on top. Okay, click on the tick to finish. You can add more stuff if you want. It's just that I want something really simple like this. And then click on sketch, click on extrude. I'm going to remove just 0.5 millimeters of material, no more than that. Click on the tick, and now I just engraved my name on my phone stand. And this is it. This would be my phone stand. I'm gonna 3D print it and let you see it during the ECA. All right, good luck.